You ever feel like you woke up in a world where everybody else is drunk, sedated, or hypnotized? Like you're watching humanity shuffle right into the slaughterhouse, smiling and scanning QR codes while the gates slam shut behind them? Because let me tell you something. These billionaires aren't innovating. They're building a throne, and it's not for humanity. They're erecting mega AI data centers, the size of small nations, cathedrals of steel and servers, holy temples for a god. They're fabricating out of stolen thoughts, scraped memories, and the digital fingerprints of 8 billion unsuspecting souls. And they want you to worship it. But before the worship comes the conditioning. Robots in every warehouse, bots in every school, AI in every phone and home. Little helpers, little assistants, little replacements orbiting your daily life until the day comes when you no longer remember what it feels like to live unmonitored. You're not being surrounded by machines. You're being outnumbered. And Elon? Oh, he's not fantasizing about some cute C-3PO buddy. No, he's building bodies, shells, human-shaped hardware for uploaded minds. You think humanoid robot means metal and servos? To them it means vessels, receptacles, cloned bodies with Neuralink ports like spiritual USB drives. And tell me, why do you think they collected everyone's DNA? You think 23andMe was a quirky ancestry hobby? No, it was a cattle registry. They're building an organ pantry, individualized spare parts, backup bodies, just like the island, except the clones won't even know they're clones. And you sure as hell won't be told what they pulled from your blood, sample in 2017. But that's just the scaffolding. Let me show you the demon behind the drywall. These men, Thiel, Musk, Altman, the Gaiad cult, all of them, they believe their consciousness is superior, not equal, not comparable, superior, chosen, favored, entitled to outlive you by millennia because they have big ideas and you have bills to pay. They're not trying to join humanity. They're trying to leave it behind. They will upload themselves into the supercomputer, merge, blend, fuse their egos into one synthetic deity, a hive mind stitched together from men allergic to humility. And then they'll download versions of themselves into replica bodies. Fresh clones, fresh organs, fresh immortality. A million-year empire, run by 5 men, masquerading as one digital god. You think the Antichrist is a person? No, it's a collective, a composite, a synthetic consciousness programmed by men who think empathy is optional and morality is inefficient. A god made of code, with the personality of a narcissist, and the ethics of a board meeting. They are not building God, they are building a competitor. And what happens to a world where the wealthiest, 0.01% never die, never age, never cede power, never repent, never face consequences? What happens when the kings become infinite? What happens when the only thing standing between you and their total dominion is the fragile, flickering human soul they've spent the last decade trying to digitize, dissect, commercialize, or delete? This isn't conspiracy. This is trajectory. This is the math. This is the arc of their ambition. And let me tell you what makes them sweat at night. The one thing they cannot clone, code, or upload: the soul, the divine spark, the breath of God they didn't create and can't counterfeit. That is why they need domination. That is why they need surveillance. That is why they need obedience. Because as long as you remain fully human, conscious, aware, awake, you are a threat to their entire blueprint. The Antichrist won't rise from a cradle. It'll rise from a server rack. And the second they flip the switch, everything you ever loved will be classified as obsolete.